So, ladies and gentlemen, I think everyone agrees we have had 2 excellent days at this summit. We have now reached the closing session, and I would now invite the Secretary General of ICAO, Dr. Fang Liu, to come to the lectern, please. Dr. Liu.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. You are all waiting the very exciting time, a little bit later, and after my speech. I'm so delighted to be here to help culminate this inaugural and very successful Model ICAO Forum, hosted this year in collaboration with the Concordia University, Model United Nations Education and Leadership Center. I would like to congratulate all the winners, which will be announced very soon, of the Model ICAO Forum, who have been selected already today. I want also to congratulate all of the participants who made the event so interesting and rewarding, and many representatives from industries and academia who joined us here from all over the world. After a full day of presentations, discussions, and interactions, it's our great hope that you have developed a deeper appreciation for some of global aviation's most urgent challenges. It's also my personal hope that from a more overall standpoint, you are much better aware now of the challenges aviation faces today in assuring a next generation of skilled aviation professionals, and that our challenges will be your opportunities in coming decades. We've come together here at a time when ICAO is broadening the scope of its outreach to students and young generations so that aviation can better assure it attracts the best and the brightest, and so we are more fully prepared to manage the incredible degree of growth now forecast for air transport in coming decades. This is more important than ever today, given the important contributions of civil aviation to global socio-economic development, and in light of every country's ongoing efforts at present to lift their population out of poverty and realize longer-term prosperity through their local achievement of United Nations Sustainable Development Goals of 2030 Visionary Agenda of United Nations. Indeed, aviation plays such an important part in bringing peoples and cultures together, making us more peaceful and united. I encourage each and every one of you to continue to explore the various fields of aviation, to find the ones that match your skills and expectations best, and to pursue further education and personal improvement with the ultimate aim of joining the global ranks of skilled men and women who help our networks aircraft to truly connect the world. I look forward to seeing many of you back again as young aviation professionals and join me and my colleagues on our noble mission. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Secretary General. And as you mentioned, this is the moment we've been waiting for. And to present the awards to our winners, I'd like to invite to the lectern Andrei Bochis, who is president of the Concordia Model United Nations Organizations. Andrei.
Sorry. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us all here today. As Henry Kondo once said, the future is the sum of the steps you take, including the small ones, the ignored ones, and the mocked ones. This year, Concordia Model United Nations had the immense privilege to make such a small step towards the future by organizing the first Model International Civil Aviation Organization Forum. As Montreal is celebrating its 375th anniversary this year and Canada's 150th, the Model ICAO Forum was a perfect way to end this year filled with joy and pride for our wonderful city. It was only logical that an event gathering people from all over the world would take place in a city such as Montreal, renowned for its international culture and aviation industry. I'm very pleased to see that the Model ICAO Forum has reached the heights that we envisioned when we began organizing it. When we first started working on the forum, the whole planning was centered around the ideals of collaboration and international youth engagement. After seeing how the event turned out, I'm happy to say that the forum has successfully followed these ideals. In a world where civil aviation is growing more and more, and young professionals from all around the globe must be aware of the issues arising and must come together in an attempt to solve these problems. And that is exactly what happened here at the forum. In the past 2 days, I have seen young leaders coming from all over the world work together in an effort to propose solutions to the issues presented in the cases. Touching upon subjects such as unmanned aircraft systems, dangerous air cargo, the social economic benefit of air transport, and capacity building and aviation security, each team has spent time and effort into developing answers that would benefit the international aviation community. These problems simulated what professionals and diplomats working at ICAO face every day. Obviously, these constraints are more complex and need much more clear plans in order to be solved. However, our goal at this forum was to give these young individuals a grasp of what ICAO is facing as challenges and make them aware that their involvement is critical to our success. We're all part of the civil aviation community and therefore must contribute according to our capabilities to ensure its growth. The future of the community lies into these young leaders of today, and it is our duty to ensure that these individuals are given the chance to share their ideas and inputs. And for all the participants that were at the Model ICAO Forum, I would like to say this. Whether you leave today with a trophy or not, I am personally commending you on your efforts. I cannot stress enough the importance of attending such a forum, not only to improve your personal knowledge and skills, but also to have the chance to meet people from all over the world that might end up working side by side with you one day. I truly hope that the relationships established during these past 2 days will continue far beyond the Model ICAO Forum and will help you later on in your careers. After months of hard work, I would like to extend my thanks to all members that participated and made this experience a memorable one. I would also like to give a special thanks to the Secretary General of the ICAO, Dr. Fang, for all her support, without which this event could not have happened, and also to her team that has been working relentlessly by our side. More specifically, I would like to thank Mr. Mishasha Belaine, Chief of the GAT office, as well as Meki, Cynthia, Pedro, Raymond, Maha, Don, for all their contributions. I would also like to thank Concordia University for the support provided for this event, as well as to all judges that took time off their busy schedules to share their expertise with us today. Thank you. No. With that, I would also like to thank the Conman executive team for making this event a success, and to all the volunteers without which this, let's be honest, would have been impossible. Special thanks go to our VP Special Projects, Gabriel Guppy, for his relentless efforts. I would also like to thank our organization's chairman, Ki Young Sun, for all his support throughout this entire process. Last but not least, I would like to thank my family and more specifically my parents for supporting us in this initiative from the very beginning. Thank you to each and every one of you for making today a memorable day, and now the moment that everybody has been waiting for. So I'm gonna go on for a little bit more. No, I'm joking. So the way we did the Model ICAO Forum was that we had 4 streams and we had around 3-4 teams in each stream, and then the round 1 we had to pick a winner from each stream, and then round 2 all the winners were going head to head. So right on the second row you will see all the winners from each stream, starting with the team from dangerous air cargo, socioeconomic benefits, unmanned aircraft systems, and capacity building and aviation security. So I would like to give them a round of applause for winning in their respective teams. And with that being said, I now have the honor to introduce you the winning team of the Model ICAO Forum 2017, which is Socioeconomic Benefit of Air Transport, composed by Marwa Ahmed, Christopher Fabian, and Malo Gueguen. Please come on the stage for a picture with the Secretary General and to receive your prizes. Thank you and congratulations again. As you might know, this year we have also decided to allow high school students to participate. As part of the forum, they had to present a report summarizing what they learned during the forum and the NGAP and how they found their experience at the ICAO overall. It is with great pride that I announce that the winner of the high school report contest is Mr. Sloan Sabi. And now to wrap up, I would like to thank again all participants in the Model ICAO Forum and the NGAP Summit, and I will pass it on now to Monsieur Chagnon.
Thank you very much, Andrei. By the way, I'd like to remind all of the students after the closing statements to come down to the front of the hall so we can have a family portrait of the future. And now for the closing remarks of the summit, I'd like to call again to the lectern Steve Creamer, Director of the Air Navigation Bureau of ICAO.
Thanks, Andrei. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is somewhat unusual for me, I will have to admit, to be closing and having a few remarks after the Secretary General. But on behalf of all of the Secretariat, it's my pleasure to review with you here some of the key outcomes of ICAO's inaugural NGAP Summit and the Model ICAO Forum. We have discussed over the past 2 days some practical means of addressing how the very significant forecast aviation growth will impact the global air transport workforce. This requires the collaborative effort of all stakeholders to attract, educate, and retain a new generation of aviation professionals, efforts which require local, regional, and global coordination. It's important that we've established some key relationships towards these goals before and during this event, and we'll need much more in the years to come as well. Everything that we do in aviation is achieved on the basis of consensus and cooperation, which explains why we achieve practical and long-term results to our challenges. The future workforce is no exception to this rule, and so partnerships going forward will be invaluable to all of our goals. Beyond this realization, this first summit has firmed up our awareness of the issues at play and encouraged the world's civil aviation authorities to communicate and cooperate with government education bodies and institutions to promote aviation as a profession. It's also reminded some of us that having so much energy in the building with us is actually a real benefit, because for those of us, remember I talked earlier about 25 years ago, it's not like that with all this energy in the room. So it's been a real treat for us to have so many people, so many young people enjoying the organization the way you have and infusing it with your energy and ideas. And so we really appreciate that. It's also, the forum has also asked ICAO to collaborate and develop some NGAP guidelines and best practices for use by all aviation stakeholders, including educational institutions and training centers. We also jointly recognize the need to establish a network of academic institutions to aid our youth attraction efforts and to play a leading role with respect to educational programs focused on the needs of aviation's next generation professionals. This network would also serve as a great tool for accessing research to support aviation planning and development. More generally, we also exchanged some great ideas here. We've made some important new partnerships and have promoted further action and collaboration. And finally, we've greatly improved awareness of these issues across our member states who've been in attendance and a very broad range of related stakeholders. While this event has been a unique opportunity for all of us, we need to go a step further to identify some long-term human resource targets and related strategies. Importantly, these need to consider both gender equality goals and states-related efforts towards attaining the United Nations 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. ICAO's NGAP objectives are closely linked to a number of the UN Sustainable Development Goals, and we should leverage those tie-ins to our best advantage in terms of financing and other needs, attracting young professionals to this business. Human and institutional capacity development should address the specific needs and conditions of the states and the regions, especially for states in special situations, reflecting their national development strategies and priorities, and including this next generation of aviation professionals. Going forward, we need to continue to facilitate an exchange of knowledge, ideas, best practices, and experiences regarding NGAP's related strategies and activities. We ask you to share this information with us to incorporate into our NGAP best practices, which will help us spread all over the world and refine our related guidance in this regard. ICAO is under no illusions that everything we need to pursue in this domain is available to us we need to ask for those resources, expertise, and enhanced communication and cooperation from all of you. We also know that we can assure a successful outcome by working together. The history of our sector has demonstrated this time and again. So, in closing now, please let me thank all of the organizations and individuals that have volunteered their time to support the NGAP program and its activities through these last 8 years. I would also like to thank the valuable contributions from the moderators, speakers, and participants, which contributed to our rich discussions over the last 2 days. And finally, thank you for all of the support in the organization and conduct of the summit and its various side events. On behalf of our NGAP program chairs, the partnering international organizations, and the ICAO Secretariat, the team who have done such a great job on all of our major events. We look forward to seeing you all here again soon, and thank you, and we wish you all a very safe journey home. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Steve. Well, that's it. Big success, and part of that success is your participation, your collaboration. So thank you as well for making this summit a success. Just a last reminder to all of the students, don't forget to come back down for the photo. Again, as Steve said, safe trip home. See you soon. Bye now.